As I said, this is a first-time matchup. Oh, Patrick escaping to the outside. First-time matchup between the Dream and the Kingpin. They've only met one other time, and that was in tag team competition over a decade ago.
Look at these studs, man. The Kingpin weighing in, what, about 260? Just solid.
280,
280? Good God. And then you see the Dream, Patrick Clark, thoroughbred himself. Slim, trim, streamlined.
Help him out.
And you got to believe that the power game is going to be tipped to Demarcus Kane. But if we're talking about the psychological warfare, we're talking about the mind games, you're going to be hard-pressed to find somebody that's more adept, more skilled, and a master at that craft than Patrick Clark.
Yeah, we've seen it over his time here in MCW. Patrick Clark constantly playing the mind games with his opponent. But I mean, Demarcus Kane, I mean, we saw it late last year with Demarcus Kane and the Purge. Demarcus knows how to play mind games as well.
Yeah, you push him to a limit, man, and Demarcus sees red, and it's game over. There's no stopping it. Too much bull, not enough China shop. Oh, speaking of seeing red.
Yeah, you're going to be seeing red after that. It's just a straight slap right across the face. As you see, Kingpin, he's going after the Dream. He's not waiting for him to come to him.
You got to wonder what the game plan with the gears that are turning in the head of Patrick Clark are trying to formulate and lure the Kingpin in.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, the second man always had a disadvantage getting in the ring. Will the same be said for Demarcus?
I think Patrick knows that he wants Demarcus to react on emotion, not use logic, not use, smart wrestling. He wants to plain old light the fuse and set off Demarcus Kane.
Yeah, but is that the smartest move? I mean, we've seen what happens. Oh, that'll definitely help, though. Steel chair.
Unpredictable. Patrick Clark.
Oh,
I mean, right. That would have been a outfield out if he had thrown that. Demarcus Kane just caught that chair, literally snatched it right out of the air. Patrick Clark, of course, not above the low road. We've seen him implore that low blow numerous times in his encounters since returning with Ken Dixon. Now unloading with Demarcus Kane. Oh, wow.
Yeah, lower back striking that top turnbuckle. And just a right hand striking the cheek of the Dream.
Hard haymaker, the Dream holding, as you said, that jaw and that cheek. Raw power is what Demarcus Kane brings to the table. Raw power and a temper.
And that's the thing. Like, yes, Demarcus does have a temper, but he knows how to control it, and that makes him a very dangerous individual.
He didn't gain the nickname Napalm Bomb at one point because it sounds cute. He literally exploded on the scene with that. And like you said, though, as he's progressed, as he's become a more seasoned competitor, he's learned to control that chaos, control that temper, and unleash that anger where it is most beneficial. And again, Patrick Clark, I feel like he's almost like a fisherman, man. He's trying to, lure Demarcus into a false sense of security is the right term for it, but
I just think he's just trying to get him to make a mistake.
He's playing the long game, no doubt about it. And no rush.
That's the thing. Patrick, a very smart individual, just taking his time. You're gonna do this match on my time, not yours.
That's the thing too, man. I don't know if Patrick Clark is so unpredictable. I don't even know if he knew his own game plan. He was just everything is sporadic.
Yeah. That was not part of the plan.
The Kingpin says enough is enough. He goes to the outside and throws the moneymaker, that face of Patrick Clark, into the steel guardrail. Oh, God.
Yeah, Demarcus caught him in his blind spot, but he made sure to see that chop coming.
Chopped him so hard, Shawn Michaels felt it in Orlando. Hold on now. Look at Clark, though. Wow. How cunning is Clark? You saw him with a hand on that chair. Draped throat first, though, by the Kingpin over the steel guardrail again.
Ooh. Felt the thud of that one.
These are security. A little earlier, we saw him throwing out the hustlers.
Yeah, thankfully for that, then we can have a solid one-on-one matchup between Demarcus and Patrick.
Demarcus breaking the count.
Yeah, he noticed that the count was at 9. Doesn't want this to end on a count out. Wants to make a statement through Patrick Clark.
Patrick, I don't know. It's so tough to see what he's got cooking. It looks like he's got something in his hand.
Well, he's definitely got something, some kind of spray.
It was that hairspray. Oh! Low blow. There it is. In the wheelhouse. Since his return to MCW, that vicious, illegal low blow to the manhood of the Kingpin. And I don't care who you are, how bad you are. When that makes contact, you go down.
Yeah, it may be illegal, but that is a game changer. And that has definitely changed up this matchup for Patrick in his favor. Cover, but only one.
First.
Whoa.
Ooh, Patrick getting a little chippy here with the official. First lateral press and pin attempt of the matchup, I believe. But, man, Patrick Clark, look for him to turn it up. Look for him to really cinch in that viciousness.
I don't know about turn up. It looks more like he's trying to wear it down, just trying to put the Kingpin to sleep.
See how he has sprawled that amateur background. If you remember, Patrick Clark was a very accomplished amateur in high school and through grade school.
Ooh! And now just dropped on the back of his head.
And still the momentum, able to bring Clark back up to his feet as the Kingpin trying to shake off the effects of the low blow, the headlock, the offense of Patrick Clark.
Yeah, but you could see in the face of Demarcus that isn't going to heal in 5 minutes.
No, he's still feeling it. Speaking of feeling it, oh my God, look at that. The spine, you got to think the fingertips, the central nervous system tingling after taking that hard buckle. Body shot.
But still enough to take shots, as you said, to the gut of Demarcus.
And do not count Patrick Clark out. Look, man. Oh, right hand there by the Kingpin. There you go. Returns it in kind, but not kindly.
Little receipt and another.
Patrick Clark can throw blows. He is a very finesse-oriented, some would say pretty competitor, but not afraid to get ugly as you see the cowboy boots. What a super kick. Shades of the man who helped hone and polish him into the competitor he is in the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
And you saw that super kick laying out the Kingpin, leaving him prone right where Patrick wants him, right in the center of the ring.
And if he is going for what we believe he may be, this is a maneuver that has won him big-time matches on big-time platforms. No! I thought he was going for that purple Rainmaker, but that is just a...
Just dropped the knee right on the face of Demarcus.
Okay, he's feeling the effects of that. I don't know if he's regretting it. It's tough to tell if he's got the knee pads on underneath the jeans. I think he does.
You gotta wonder, maybe he thought better of it. Nice leg drop. Maybe he thought that Demarcus may have been playing possum, changed up his game plan.
That's a good point, Ricky. I mean, knowing and seeing Patrick Clark go to the top, I was expecting the elbow drop.
I was expecting it too.
That Demarcus may have been as well, and Patrick deciding to, with an ace up his sleeve, change the game plan on the fly.
Ooh. Leg drop right to the back of the head of the Kingpin.
The savor and the flavor, enjoying the domination that he is currently imploring over the former MCW heavyweight champion and the Kingpin.
Yeah, but that's the problem. He's taking his time, when he could, I believe when he should be trying to put away Demarcus. We've seen him before. You give Demarcus room to breathe, and he comes back with a vengeance.
This is a main event on any card in any company in the country. The former Velveteen Dream, now the Dream, Patrick Clark, and the Kingpin, Demarcus Kane. And we have it here in MCW Pro Wrestling at Breakthrough as the referee checking on Demarcus. Demarcus saying, bring it. Haymaker there by Clark. Body shot by Demarcus.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Don't give Demarcus any room to breathe.
Forearm flipper. Demarcus returns. Wow, these two live rounds just back and forth. Almost knocking the spray paint off the hair of Clark.
Yeah, each forearm taking Patrick off of his feet. Only the ropes holding up Patrick, not so much anymore.
Hit him so hard those jeans turned to loose fit. The reversal now by Clark.
Ooh, big drop kick right to the chest.
And I think that knee drop really may have done a little more damage than Patrick Clark is comfortable with letting on, but he can't help it. You saw that drop kick. He's now tenderly kind of favoring that right leg, I believe. Slow to get back to that vertical base is the Dream.
Yeah, that just shows how much pain that Patrick must be in. Not going for a cover, not able to capitalize. Oh, wait a second. He's taking the belt off, though.
And the referee, but it was all a ploy. It was all a ploy just to rake at the eyes.
Just digging the fingernails into the eyeballs of Demarcus Kane.
Now a camel clutch. Doesn't have the arms isolated, just pulling back on the head and neck. Rudimentary maneuver, but very vicious and
Very
effective.
effective.
Yeah, ask Demarcus how that feels. And you see, look how Patrick Clark, look how he moves around that ring. He's always on the balls of his feet or on his tiptoes. Almost like a boxer.
Just say, always ready to pivot when the situation calls for it, just like he did there. Forearms right to the jaw.
Clark unloading on the Kingpin. The Kingpin got a glazed look. The beads of sweat running down his forehead, and the whites of his eyes almost a little too prominent, looking a little scary here. Referee, oh wow.
Right to the temple with that kick.
Demarcus Kane.
Oh, defiant is the Kingpin.
And another kick right to the jaw and throat this time. Patrick Clark, you can't say he doesn't have that killer instinct. You gotta believe that he's not gonna leave the Kingpin for dead. You come at the King, you best not miss. And Patrick Clark going for the kill shot.
You can see the referee trying to give Demarcus some kind of reprieve, being able to check on him.
I don't know if I agree with this, though. If this is a main event matchup, referee kind of throwing himself in there a little too much for my liking. But now, Demarcus. Whoa! Just when you count Demarcus out, he fires off one of those forearms. And it might as well come from, like, the strength of 10 men. Wow.
Yeah, but Patrick, just forearm after forearm, and then a straight right hand to the jaw. Just shutting down any momentum that Demarcus may have been building.
Pupils dilating of Demarcus Kane. But that shoulder of Patrick Clark.
Shoulder met the post.
Uh-oh.
And that steel post barely moved, but Demarcus, oh, big clothesline.
Did you hear the smack of that clothesline? Muscle on flesh, and look at that, cleaning the cleats on the face of Patrick Clark.
Oh, and that T-bone popping the hips.
Just bodying the Dream, ragdolling the former NXT North American champion. Look at the eyes of the Kingpin.
And you know what he wants. Pop up and just right hand to the jaw.
Wait
a second.
And they're skivvies. They've been kicked out of the building. Joe Keys, though, said, you better make an impact. You better make Demarcus pay. And that's what the hell they're doing out here.
The Hustlers finding their way back into the building. Oh, and another low blow from Patrick.
As if it wasn't enough. As if it wasn't enough to have to take on the Dream, Patrick Clark, shooting the half.
And that twisting DDT may be it.
Holy God. That is what makes the Kingpin main event talent. That is what makes the Kingpin at the top of the heap here in MCW Pro Wrestling. That ability to continue the fight, to never be counted out. And this is effectively, for all intents and purposes, it turned into a three. What?
Ambiance. Atmosphere. Illumination. Help. But look, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you, Patrick. Chopper. No contact. No contact. Dixon. Now cut the crap. Patrick, I see you. You may have everybody else fooled, but you're still that same punk-ass little boy that walked in here. And while your star may still be shining bright, eventually it's gonna burn out. And when you come crashing back to earth,
Checkmate!
back to reality, Ken Dixon's gonna be there to kick your ass. Dream over. Wake up!
We couldn't have said it better ourselves.
Here's your